Greetings everyone and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now then, we have quite a few things that I want to do in this episode, quite a lot in fact. Now in the last one I was referring to possibly getting into some of the more temperature related things, but I think we're going to have to put that on pause for the time being, because having a look at my base, I'm not quite happy with the layout. Also, there's one or two little things that I feel that we need to do over here as well. Namely, let's get ourselves a liquid valve right about there, and then get rid of this liquid pipe. I would like to... no, not the liquid valve, the liquid pipe. Deconstruct that. I would then like this to be hooked up there, and then we'll hook up water over there. Now, in here, I'm thinking that I would actually really like it if we could get ourselves a little bit more electrolysis going on. So I'm going to have this deconstructed, and we're going to put two electrolyzers there as well. And we're also going to be focusing on trying to get our duplicants some rooms. I'm not going to accept any more duplicants until we actually have some more bedrooms for them, because right now it's just not acceptable. Not acceptable, I say. Right, so once all of this is done, let's actually have a look. Oh, it's been done. Well done, you. Let's run that over there. In fact, I'm actually going to increase this because right now they don't have anything going on here. Thank you so much to everyone who pointed this out. Unfortunately, the water had dried up in the system, so there we are. I mean, there's a lot of water down here, but just none up there. Not great. It seems to just be stuck there waiting to be processed through this, so hopefully we can get that all resolved. In fact, let's speed up time a little bit because they're going to go to sleep for now. As for where we're going to be building our areas, our bedrooms, I'm thinking somewhere over here, because we could easily have 4 bedrooms set up around here, or perhaps just built off this. That wouldn't be too hard to manage, I don't think. In fact, that might actually be a better place to put them. Looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 wall gap. Yeah, we could do something like that. That wouldn't be too difficult. Can we at least get this all working? Oh, come on. Don't just stop when it's almost there, you scoundrels. Ah, they keep doing that. Right, let's drop this down to like... we'll send through many packets of 500 grams worth of water at a time. There we go. And finally things are running. Oh my lord, that took forever. Alright, okay, I want these deconstructed as well, please. And we are going to want some more oxygen being pushed through this system. So there we go. Actually, cancel that because we're going to need a way to get up there and get rid of those two. It'll irritate me so much if I don't do it. The joys of being an Aavak. We'll pop that there. We will also, as ahead of time, run the pipe from the liquid valve there across. There we go. So that should all work for us. Excellent. Now, yes, I know we're letting quite a lot of hydrogen through, and that is a bit of a pain, but oh well. Maybe with 5 electrolyzers working, we'll actually see the hydrogen generator running a little bit better. I don't know, but that would be very nice to see. Are we going to be able to get up there? Yes, we are. Fantastic. Now these ladders can be constructed, and the next electrolyzer can be built in there as well. And there we go, and this system then should be able to push quite a lot of air into the valves. Now, the second thing I'm going to do, I've decided that I'm actually going to move away from the algae economy. As much as this is useful right now, it's not the bottom of our base right now. Now that is causing us a problem. I'm going to leave one there just because, but I'm going to instead pop down... Well, actually, I'm just going to slow down the time rather than pause it. But I'm going to pop in 2 air scrubbers because we are starting to have a problem with CO2. It's building up in inconvenient places, and I need to get on top of that before it becomes a problem. A lot about this game is dealing with the problem before it becomes the problem. I know that sounds a bit odd, but it's true. Right. However, where's the electricity running through here? It's running down there. I am going to build a switch. We will build a switch right there, and I would like the power running down from it and then along to these, so I can shut them off if I need to. So there we go. We'll get all of that sorted. We are additionally going to require a... Well, we're not going to accept any more duplicants right now. I'm sorry. Not unless one of you is so amazing. Then none of you are that amazing. We are going to want a liquid valve somewhere around here, I am sure. I mean, I could build it here, I suppose. But it's going to look really ugly if I do that. Oops, I pressed R instead of the... R for rotate. That's how it works in my brain. It's a very simple brain, okay? We'll set that up there so the liquid valve can control the flow. Oh, actually, we could even set it up down here if we really wanted. Let's cancel that build because I need to have a think. How am I going to get the contaminated water out of here? I guess I could just run it across and then up. Yeah, that'll work. It's not the ideal solution. I've been playing around on stream with a couple of different designs for the bases in Oxygen Not Included. I think I've got quite a good one with like access tunnels every second floor so that you can do things like have pipe bridges and the likes buried down there. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to pop this in there. We're going to get rid of this, because I don't think there's really any need for that at this junction. And then we're going to run all of this up, like so, and across as well. There we go. And that is going to be looking great, I think. Okay, so time to get that working. Now this is going to add actually quite a lot of contaminated water into this system. It's going to continually add contaminated water into that system. It's not going to be great, actually, because eventually it's going to back up, I think. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Maybe this is the point where having a cistern for contaminated water would be the thing to do. Now, what I would like to slow down time just briefly to see, how much does this accept? 1,000 grams. So let's send packets of 1,000 grams to it. There we go. Well, just shy. That's fine. I like to err on the side of caution with that. Okay, now that should slowly pull all of this CO2 out of the base. Even any CO2 that sneaks up from in there should be grabbed. And hopefully that's going to keep things okay for my duplicants. Because right now, listen to them. They're suffering, the little guys. It doesn't make me happy. It does not make me happy at all. Now, the next thing I would like down here... Honestly, I would love to be able to put this into an actual sealed little area. And I guess I could do that using hatches. I don't like having hatches horizontal. I prefer to build an actual airlock room for a hatch if I have to. This little area down here, I wouldn't mind having something like that. Actually having it sealed up so I can control the temperature in there. Because right now our hatch is overheating by quite a lot, actually. Yes, that isn't great. That really isn't great. Perhaps what I should do... What's the temperature of the air moving through this? Can we find a packet of oxygen? Oh, that's hydrogen. Pardon me. Let's see. How much is this oxygen? That's water. I want the gas pipe. 27.1 degree. I mean, the ideal solution would be to have that run through some cooling before it got pumped out to the rest of the base. That would be what I would prefer. However, getting that set up correctly is a little bit more awkward. Alright, I think I'm up to the challenge, however. But where are we going to set up? I mean, I think I might need to move all of this somewhere else. That's going to be a potch. It's going to be a real problem. And in fact, I'm getting closer and closer to think we absolutely need a system for contaminated water, because I'm going to have to hook into some places with a lot of contaminated water sooner or later. And we're probably aiming for sooner rather than later with that, which is not ideal. I'll be honest with you. In fact, let's have a look at this little area over here. Why have I still got pause? I do apologize. Right, we've just got research, of course, yes. Okay, well, that's actually only one thing left to research, and we're going to be able to clear out a couple of items in here, which would be grand. Right, okay, well, I would like this to be dug out, fairly high priority in here. We're going to start putting a fairly large amount of storage in here, I'm going to say. Let's get these built. We'll have every 3. Then a gap. Yeah, we'll keep going every 3. That doesn't quite work, does it? No, no, it does not. However, we'll deconstruct this one. I know. It's so dumb. I am so dumb. I'm willfully dumb. Wait, no, did I have it right? I did, and I just didn't realize it. Well, damn me, eh? Okay, well, let me cancel this. The reason why is that's actually... Oh, no, that's the door. So I did have it wrong. I did... Shush. Shush. Calm down. That includes me. There we go. I'm such a derp. Alright, we'll pop that in there, and then we'll have a door right about here. Now, I'm leaving those gaps so that I can put in some art, basically. Oh. Ah, damn it, sand. Why have you got to be annoying like that? Oh, well, I guess you're going to have to be deconstructed. Let's cancel the deconstruction here. This is going to be deconstructed, and so is this. Now, drat. Okay, let's get rid of all of these. I was going to have to do this anyway. I'm thinking that I would actually like that down here, but that's going to necessitate 2 things. First, we are going to unpause it. We're going to pop an air deodorizer there, an air deodorizer here. Actually, no. Make sure you don't put it there because that's where the hatch is. We're going to dig this up over there. We are going to place... let's see, something just for fertilizer and contaminate the soil right there. We're going to put a regular outhouse right here, and finally we're going to put refinement, a compost heap right there. Now I'm putting these in basically as backups for the laboratory, though that being said, I actually don't think I need it. Thinking about it, I really don't think I need it. Huh. I might need the composter actually. So okay, we'll pop the composter down here. And we'll also add in a separate thing just for fertilizer and contaminated dirt. And that should sort that out for me. Okay, well, you can clean this up then. All of it, if you could. Please and thank you. And then pretty much all of these get everything but organic. Every single one. Everything but organic. Same on all of them. There we go. We're getting to the point now where I'm just making mass storage because we just need it so badly. There we are. These, of course, again, will all be set to priority of 6. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll do 6s across the board. There we go. Right. Get to work, my duplicants. We'll leave that in there for now because there is still a reasonable amount of contaminated items there that are causing us a little bit of problem. How's this going for CO2? It's not going well. Look at how much CO2 is in the base right now. That's actually really, really unfortunate. How are we doing with pushing... yeah, we've got quite a lot of this going through here. I mean, it would be lovely if I could hook it up to this and actually have all of that running off this system. I mean, that would... in a way be ideal, because right now I don't think this is doing much. Unless it's doing anything. I mean, it might be processing way too much and we're losing contaminated water through that, unfortunately. I'll have to have a look into that in a little bit, though. This should be a fairly high priority. We're going to put that on 7 just so that it gets it out of the way as quickly as you possibly can. Thank you. This should be a 7, much like this one is. Yep. And eventually we'll build another one down there because this is going to be a little airlock. Hopefully we can get the hatch to move across here at some point. And then we can temperature control this area. That would be my my goal with that little bit. Right, how is all the gases looking? We're producing a fair amount of gas. There's constantly gas moving through the pipes. And once all of that is done, we're going to be pulling all of... In fact, we can do that now. So let's go ahead, get rid of this. What I aim to do is we are going to build some thermal regulators. Now, these things themselves are incredibly hot. And this isn't really where I wanted to build them. But for the time being, we'll just set this up. And perhaps, maybe even in another series, I'll start off with a bit more of an idea of where I was going to build things. Well, that'll remain to be seen. But for now I'm very happy with what we're doing. Gathering some water there. We are starting to run down on water down here, so perhaps it would be time for us to dig that back. Let's get rid of this. In fact, let's get rid of all of that. We'll build a wall along there, and maybe even a door down here just so we can access this area. Is there any algae around here? There is not. No, we've more or less hit all of the available algae in these little spots. There's some over here, but it's by all this contaminated water. Rather not worry about it for now. I can enable this building. Since we've reduced the amount of algae that we're consuming by quite a lot, that might actually work for us. There we go. How are we doing with the research? We're quite far away from getting that done, unfortunately. It's going to be a little while. Quite a while. There we are. Hello, Hatch. Resources eaten. Yes, I know. I'm just going to nom all my resources. You scoundrel. There we are. We're also going to fill this area up with fertilizer so you can eat that if you particularly want to. I'm not sure what you just ate there, but I appreciate you producing the coal, at the very least. How are we doing for power? Actually, running down a little bit. That's at the 7. What else is at the 7 at the moment? Not too many things, I hope. I'll tell you what, though. I'm actually going to increase... Oh, no, there we are. It's loaded. Never mind. We're good. We are good. We're bringing in plenty of power. There we are. Weird. Is fertilizer down there? What? Oh, we probably dug that out. It was probably in the walls when we came through this area. Made a mess. Oh, dear. It's been a long time since anyone's done that. My goodness. Let's prioritize this as a 9. Let's get that cleaned, please. Why, couldn't you use the toilet? Was there an issue with that? No. Seems okay. Seems perfectly manageable. Though, why does that keep turning off? Oh. I see. I see. As this is running down, it's actually blocking the system. I do believe that a couple of people actually mentioned this to me previously as well. Okay, so we'll do something like this instead. And then get rid of those pipes in here running up. And then we're going to prioritize all of this to be done as an 8. So that we can get it done. There we go. Crack on them, people. We need that lavatory constantly available because that's why we're having these messes. There we go. That seems a little bit better because if it just happens to be the case that that is not available for them when they need to go, yeah, bad things happen there. Okay, that looks a lot better now. Simple things make the biggest differences. How's everything going? We're actually not doing good for food, I would say. I'm a little bit concerned about that one. A little wee bit concerned. Hopefully, this is preventing the contaminated oxygen from getting out of there. That's my hope there. These are not eating the CO2 nearly as fast as I would have hoped. That's a bit of a concern. I was hoping that the CO2 would flow down there quite actively, but it's really not. Well, it's certainly not getting there fast enough. We've got plenty over here. Perhaps if I put in an air scrubber over there would make a bit of a difference. Or maybe this is something that I should really just have a special room for. Either way, though, it is time for us to build our thermoregulators. And I think we're going to have... 2 should be good enough, I would say, based on the temperature that's moving through these pipes. If I can find it, yeah, 28 degrees. Well, actually, each one of these will drop it by a good old bit. It'll drop it by quite a lot, but we've got a lot of hot machines in the base, so ultimately I imagine it'll equal out. So the next thing then we're going to want to do is we're going to want to have, especially because I'm not insulating these pipes, so, you know, there's going to be a lot of heat transference going on. This will have to go up there, and then these will simply, going to be in front of my paintings. That's not going to be very nice, unfortunately. And down. And then we simply deconstruct a gas pipe right there. And then this whole system should be ready to roll. Let's get all of that upgraded. We're also going to need some wires as well. These can just run along here because I pretty much always want them running. If there's any gas in the system, I want it to be cooled. Quite heavily cooled, actually. Each one will reduce by about 14 degrees, or rather, yeah, about 14 degrees, I believe they are. Let's double check that. Yeah, minus 14 degrees. So we're at 28, so it's going to be put into very chilly, but there's so much heat around the base. I mean, eventually I might need to worry about that, but for the time being, we'll roll with it as is and hope for the best. Certainly, our little hatch friend over there is going to need it. To that end, I'm actually going to plumb in this. Now, it's not going to have a very high priority, but it should help out just a little bit. So there we are. We'll run the gas pipe all the way along there as well. There we go. Now then, let's have a look at this gas moving around. Now the gas over here should be... Oh, actually it's only at 13.8. Oh, that's right, of course, because I'm not piping it through both in sequence. Sorry, I got completely confused there as I was setting this up. What we need to do is not this at all. We need to delete this gas pipe there, and that gas pipe there. Let's come out of that. Let that happen. Actually, we should probably increase that deconstruction order. So gas pipe, priority 8. Delete this, delete that. There we go. And then we'll run these along in sequence. So as soon as they've got that done, we'll pipe these together so that it'll super cool the air there. There we go. And then along like that. And then we should be good. There we are. Come along then. Chop chop. And there we go. That should work at this point. It's all hooked up with power, yes. Oops. That's what I get for thinking I know where things go. Okay, let's get rid of those again. My lord. There we go. And now we hook it up properly. I'm such a derp. There we go. And that will then force it to drop it by 14 and then drop it by another 14. And that should really cool the air being pumped into the base at that point. Because the air there is 25 degrees. And let's have a check of this air. We have got, yeah, just above 0 degrees. So that's actually pretty good. I am okay with that, honestly. There we go. Let's pump that out. Start cool this place down. We'll actually have a watch of the air as it gets pushed out. There we go. Lovely cold air. Ah, glorious. Especially over here because that's actually very, very hot air. There we are. This is just going to start to spread around a little bit and it'll generally make things better. Oh no, someone made a mess. What? Where? Why? Again? Scallywags. Okay, well, clean that up then. Stress is currently at a fair old bit, actually. No, not something I'm pleased with. Not something I'm pleased with at all. Please clean that up if you can. There you go. All of it, please. There we are. Right, okay, well... Science Man's stress is starting to rise. Let's send Science Man down here. You can just chill out for a little bit in the super luxurious rooms there. And we will harvest more of our food as well. Really? Again? Is it just not available? Why is that not working now? Oh, no. There's way too much contaminated water for a single one to handle. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, we're going to have to deal with that right now then. This needs to be deconstructed and rebuilt. I guess about here then, I would say. One by there. Because we're going to need to put another water purifier. That is not what I had intended, but okay. Next, we are going to need... Ooh. Awkward, but okay. We should still be able to do this. Liquid pipe there, with a pipe going down, and then this one goes up to meet there. That should work. We're going to need electricity going up there, and then finally we are going to need refinement and a water purifier right there. Hopefully, this is enough. We'll actually encourage that like so. Either that, or we restrict this one for use with everything that comes through. Yeah, actually, that would probably be a better idea. Yeah, that would probably be a much better idea. We're going to restrict which one gets used for what. So, liquid pipes. I'm going to delete the liquid pipe running down here. Yes. And we're also going to cancel this build here. And then we'll go back into plumbing and hook these up. I'm starting to struggle a little bit with the room that I've got to work with all of this. But if I do it that way, then I am going to end up... I need to connect you up properly. I'm going to end up with this one being reserved for just processing the contaminated water out of these systems. That'll probably be a little bit of a better system, honestly. Let's make sure those are done as a super high priority, please. And no more duplicants, because despite my plans to get some rooms built, we've barely gotten anywhere near that. Always the way it feels. Always the way I make a plan to do something. Yeah, don't get to it. There we go. That's starting to work now, it seems. We'll see. It's still quite backed up, though. Very concerned with that. Okay, well, given that, then I guess I'm gonna have to just go ahead and build an outhouse down here just as a backup. Not really what I wanted to do, but okay. We'll see how all of that works. Not what I wanted to do at all, I'm afraid, but let's also get that water dealt with. Now, let's have a look at the temperature of the base. It's not great. Well, actually, it's starting to cool down in some places very, very quickly. Let's have a look at you. Yeah, you're doing okay. Alright, no, that's reasonable for the time being. We've got everything being set up over there. That should help us out with the contaminated oxygen. How is this running? It's not doing too badly. But the problem is we're pushing more and more water into the system. And I'm not sure that we can quite run that. I think instead what we need to do is probably get this being pushed back out and down here. Because right now we're just putting all of the pressure, ultimately all the pressure is getting built up in here. That is not going to do us any good in the long run. This is still currently not set up. I'm going to have a think of how we resolve that problem. Honestly, we're dealing with too many cramped things over here. But I think probably setting up a system to push the contaminated water into. And also, once the water is purified, pushing it back into the main reservoir would probably solve a bunch of our problems overall. Since it would make sure the water always has somewhere to go. Oh my goodness, it hasn't quite made it into the main area. Thank goodness. Let's get that sorted. As a 9. Come on now, people. Get down there. Sort that out, please. Because I've currently made a big mistake. There we go. Alright, so, by luck, not judgment, we've avoided contaminating our water supply. It's nice, eh? But on that note, we're going to be wrapping things up. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and will be joining me for the next. As ever, remember to like if you liked and sub if you haven't. But until next time, do take care.